Poor background haitusaidii juu hadi ulipata hiyo ganju katutoka. I'm so proud niliomoka.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Maarif Maadui, tukona a king in the building.
Shukran.
I'll see you mazee. Ashaingia, anyoda kabla kuishwa. Ashaingia. Tukona man like Tunji in the house.
Mazee.
What's good, bro?
Niko salama. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah. It is an honor to have you here, man.
Shukran.
Kwa leo ninge say is a joke got no vibe to some vibes. But I didn't know you could sing, bro.
Mimi.
Shit.
Nitasema ni kuimba, ninasema wacha niseme ni the miracle of mixing.
Man, how you been, mazee? What's the rada?
Nilikuwa poa.
Yeah.
Nitasema in interview yangu ya first in how long, I think like 4 years.
Come on. Wapi my coffee?
Wapi
my coffee?
Imekuwa a minute.
Umeficha white though. Where you been, mazee? Where you been hiding at, bro?
Nilianza pursue something different with regards to creativity. And I believe as a creative, as much as naweza do music, creativity ni kitu ile encompass kitu 360
for sure.
So si ati nafanya music peke yake, I can be creative in other aspects of my life. So I took another path and vitu zikapana out, zikakuwa smart.
Yeah.
And thank God for that.
Interesting man. But it is such an honor to have you here.
Shukran, bro.
Karibu to What's the Rada?
Mazee.
Black Hot Fire Network.
Mazee.
Wanpata. Sasa nataka tuanze from the beginning.
Okay.
Where did Tunji grow up? Mzalo mtaa gani? Wewe ni Mkenya kwanza, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, nowadays you gotta ask, man.
Okay, mimi ni Mkenya. Nilizaliwa Nai, Pumwani actually. Alafu sikulelewa Nai.
Yeah.
Tulienda Ocha kiasi. Then nikalelewa Nax for close to 10 years.
Nax ndo Ocha?
No. Nilienda Ocha Taita.
Yeah. Nice.
Alafu nikatoka Ocha nikakaa Nax for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Nikaenda Njoro for kama 5 years. Alafu nikatoka nikaenda LD.
Yeah.
Sasa nimekuwa tu LD for a while kutoka niingie form 1. Yeah, but sasa vile nifika after kugraduate high school form 4.
Yeah.
Nikakaa Ronga, nimekuwa Ronga for the past I think 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Hapo sawa. Man, so you're like a culture pot of ni cocktail ya mamta kadhaa.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting, man. And then when you were growing up, like what music did you used to listen to?
Honestly, naweza sema
all over the place.
Okay, naweza sema nikiwa mtoi, like nikiwa ile time yenye Isa na alikuwa na do like shit yake na alikuwa na pop. Nilikuwa nasikia Isa kina Nameless, nilikuwa nasikia kina Alimba, Kidali Po, Mr. Nice. Nilikuwa nasikia kina Kidum, this guy Alimba, Violet, Matonya.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nasikia kina Sean Paul, yote ndo alikuwa amechoa Give Me The Light. Tuka hizo and then taste yangu ikashift vile nilitoka Lions because nilikuwa somea Lions ikiwa Nax. Afu nikaenda St. George's from class 7. Ndo taste yangu ikashift. So vile nilimaliza high school, primary school, nikaanza kusikia primary Lil Wayne, nikasikia The Carter, nikasikia Carter 2, nikasikia Carter 3. Carter 3 actually ilikuwa imetropio 208.
So nitoka Carter 3 to 208.
Yeah.
Classic album.
Yes.
Classic album.
So hizo zikanishape, nikasikia bit of TI but like ilikuwa because of the hype yote alikuwa na ile ngoma na Rihanna.
Live your life. Yeah.
But nikastick sana, nilipenda sound ya Lil Wayne, nilipenda vile alikuwa diverse, ukisikia projects zake za kitambo na vile aligrow ilikuwa interesting. So na believe yeye in particular like music yake ilishape sana approach yangu to music.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. You are one of the few artists / rappers who are also involved in production.
Yeah.
Like how did that come about? Was this always ulianza hivi ama ilikupata baadaye?
Anaweza sema
kuna background.
Nikiwa Raima, tulikuwa tunacheza like tulikuwa na make beats na easy metal boxes. So hapo ndo nilianza kudrum, tulikuwa tunatumia toothbrush. Unagonga hiyo stuff. So nilikuwa napenda kuplay sana Amili cause
yeah, five.
After that nikiingia high school, nilikuwa fortunate enough kwenda high school yenye tulikuwa na band. So nilikuwa kwa band. Sikuwa kwa choir. Actually kutoka kwa choir ndio tulifanya nichujue band. Cause huo model isema
huko kwa choir.
Akisema na waste time. Exactly. But nikiwa kwa band nilikuwa drum lead. So all the drums zikikam walikuwa na follow my beat juu mimi ndo nilikuwa na keep tempo. And then vile nilichuja nikamaliza high school nikakuwa interested na FL Studio. So nikaanza tu kumake like random stuff. Alafu
FL gang
maze.
Yeah.
After that nikajipata na record because nilikuwa na hiyo stuff ya record. So the first time record na phone. Alafu nikachukua hiyo recording nikaenda kwa virtual DJ nikaweka beat na hiyo recording ka stretch. Yeah. But nika feel kuna kitu na lack, so ndo nikaanza kujifunza kumix. Then nikapatana na my best friend anaitwa Elvis Kent mwenye na own Inkverse Creatives. Maze yeye ndo alikuwa sana alikuwa na studio kejani na nini, so nikaanza kuobserve kile ana do to my voice tukirecord. And then nika get involved in it, nika get job. So sikuwa na mtu wa kumix my music. Nikasema lazima nilani stuff. Beats naweza download sawa, but kumix kuna vile nataka kusound. So nikajipata in that space.
So which came first? Was it rapping and writing or production?
Rapping and writing. But I wasn't rapping. Nilikuwa na do poetry.
Interesting. Ulikuwa Mr. Spoken Word artist?
Not spoken word. Poems, like structured poems with the stanzas and all that. Yeah. I lost about
sonnets.
Yes, I lost about 3 poetry books in high school.
Sheesh.
But that is what I used to do. Kurap ilikuja as a result of trying to express myself and feeling like nabonga pata kuna msee
anasikiza. Yeah.
Ndo nikaona maybe I can put this on paper. Evil. And then I remember in high school when it was really discovered me, nilikuwa nimemaliza paper ya chem. Alafu sasa nikaandika lyrics kwa hiyo paper. Nikasahau kutoa hiyo.
Ikaenda hiyo.
Model ilirudisha paper. Of course nilikuwa nimepata so. Sasa nikaambiwa ni rap hiyo stuff vile Daro, but nilikuwa nasty, you know, just but anyway.
I feel you. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have man like Tunji in the building. For those tuning in, welcome to What's the Rada. Unanipata. Tuko na Tunji in the building. I want to play a song hapa, Imeni Bamba Mbaya. Imeni Bamba Mbaya. Inakuwa Imeni Bamba Mbaya actually. Inaitwa Mbosho.
Sawa.
Talk to me about Mbosho.
Mbosho ili come about ndasemaje at that point of time me na wase wenye tulikuwa tukiwork wase tumework now na wase we still in business but in different kinds of business. Tulikuwa na idea ya ku restart the music again. So mwenye aliproduce beat anaitwa Kilo Alcamino ana stay the last time tuliongea alikuwa na stay Masai hiyo ni Meru alikuwa na stay Meru. Yeah, he's a dope producer.
Shouts out to him.
Maze akanipatia beat, mimi nikaweka verse. Hiyo team nilikuwa na work na at that point of time wakasema we can actually do this, tunaweza shoot. So on that day we shot 2 videos. Kulikuwa na mimi na kuna msanii mwingine mwenye tulikuwa tunataka work anaitwa Brachi. So alikuwa na shoot video yake. Vile tulimaliza yake ndio tukashoot. Ili kama as an idea to try and restart the brand per se. Yeah. But I feel for most of the music that is there, the biggest thing in a lack is marketing.
That's true.
Na feel that's true. Yes, tuko na dope projects. Speaking for myself, there's some dope projects, but the marketing aspect.
Yes. Marketing budget.
Yes.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Tunji in the building. Welcome to What's the Rada.
Yeah.
Nimepata salamu kutoka County 001.
Let's go.
Shout out to PMG anasema botia Tunji.
Maze salamu zimefika.
PMG na represent B Records.
Let's go.
B Records imetoa V-Trap, imetoa Double Trouble. So maze wana show love maze
inafaa.
Welcome maze to everyone tuning in. This is Tunji 254. One parter. Yep. So my G, tuliacha ukiwa in high school.
Yes.
Yeah. So you finished high school. Did you further your education?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
For a long time. Yeah, nilimaliza high school. Idea nilikuwa nayo ilikuwa either ku DJ ama ku play guitar. So I told my dad about it. Akaniambia that doesn't make sense. Which I understand, like
now
over the years.
now
Yeah,
you understand.
over the years na kuangalia
Uh-huh.
like nikiangalia vile alikuwa anaangalia perspective ya life,
Yeah, true.
na things yamepitia, ana try his level best to ensure that he fall through the cracks per se.
Yeah, I get you.
So nikafanya course ya management, nikamaliza, nikatoka hapo. Nilikuwa na choice ya either nilikuwa nataka kufanya medicine, but singeweza do medicine because nilifail bio. Hiyo ni story for another day.
Yeah.
Alafu choose computer science. So
Computer science, yeah.
Nikafanya com science for 8 years.
8 goddamn
Yeah.
years.
Nilifika third year nikadifa.
Uko like
Hiyo ndio time muziki iko imeshika, iko make sense. Nikadifa third year, nikarudi nikamaliza. Nikapiga hesabu. Hiyo time for those 3 years nikiangalia, nilirecord a lot of music. Nilikuwa try to put music out there, but nilikuwa na feel what I wanted to do with my music originally ilikuwa imeshift. So nilikuwa more about now we have to make music that can make money so that you can pay bills and feed, you know.
Imeacha kuwa hobby.
Yeah, imeacha kuwa
it's real now. Yeah.
Sasa nikakaa hivi nikasema I make sense. Sasa nika switch. Nikaget kitu yenye na make do nayo na naweza make music. So sasa ina feel like niko space yenye naweza do kile na die. Na hakuna rush. Everything ina come at its own pace, it's progressive.
I like that, man. I like that. So management and then comp science.
Yes.
Have you like ever dived into pursuing any of those in real life? Ama ni degrees tu ziko mahali zimechiwa?
Naweza sema the com science bit, yes, because as much as I'm a graphic designer, but as much as I do design, na design UI UX, and part of designing the user experience and the user interaction is to actually understand the psychology behind msi akitumia app ama msi akiinteract na website.
Yeah.
So there's things that I can do from the front end aspect
that you learned.
Yes, but lazima nikuwe na understanding ya kitu ka HTML and Python for the back end, because naweza kuwa na client na anataka something specific ikuwe done na my partner mwe tuna develop naye hana hiyo time ama ameshikana job. So I have to understand. So naweza sema from that perspective it helps. With regards to management, basically just having my own businesses and running them and understanding how to do books and money management as a whole. That's where that comes in. I'm good at managing money as of now, but ni learning curve. But ina make sense because nilienda nikafungua notes zangu nikaanza kurefer to hizo stuff, how to come up with ledgers, balance, story na file tax and all that. So I believe in a man
played a part.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting. We have, actually my mom is tuned in. Shouts out to Mama HR, Mama Kimemayo.
Maze.
Anatuma salamu zake hapa.
Blessings.
Thank you for tuning in. One butter. So from what was the first project that you ever did?
The first
official song/project.
Ilikuwa inaitwa Now They Know.
When was that? And like, tell me about that and the space you were in.
2014.
2014, so that's a minute ago. 2014,
2015.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa, what had happened was nilikuwa nimepata na Elvo. Alafu space yake yenyewe mwenyewe alikuwa was a bit different. Because pia yeye ndo alikuwa anaanza life na pia ndo alikuwa anaanza kujipanga. The person I was dating then had like haikuwa inaingiana pasi. The life
define haikuwa inaingiana.
The life I was leading was a bit too wild.
For them.
For her.
To fit in.
Yeah. Because steps zenye alikuwa anataka ku make in life as opposed to space yenye mimi ilikuwa different. So
do you regret that?
I don't think I have any regrets for anything, to be honest. Mimi niko na two lessons.
Napenda.
Niko na lessons because ukisema una regret hakuna growth. I look at my life, I look at my like the decisions and the things that I've done. Alafu mimi kwa like everything that is there is a lesson.
True.
I could have decided to do this and maybe this could have happened, but I'll never know. So I'll just focus on I did this and this is what I learned from it. So after that nikajipata studio. Hiyo time bado Elvo alikuwa chuo, pia mimi nilikuwa chuo, nilikuwa second year hapo. nikaenda nikarecord. At that time nilikuwa na rap purely in English. Tulikuwa like we were just having fun and making music. That was the only project I believe that nili make CDs, nikapatiana copies to like
you did like the whole thing.
Yes. Nikaiweka on Audiomack. Audiomack ndio ilikuwa kitu ilikuwa ina pop your time.
I remember.
Nikaiweka Audiomack and then after that we just now started recording concept. Ndio nikaangalia my grades versus what I was doing because the best thing that I could do for myself was defer. The only mistake that I did there, I deferred na sikuambia wazazi. So wao walikuwa wanajua mimi niko shule.
Wanajua unasoma mbaya.
Yes. Getting it. You know, mimi niko huku nalipiwa rent.
Ulikuwa unakula fee?
No.
Okay.
Like mzee alikuwa ananiambia nalipa fee hivi na hivi. So they used to pay, nilikuwa naenda nalipa hiyo fees. So ina accumulate. But si
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So vile nilirudi chuo sasa ilikuwa difficult process, but when I went back sikulipa fee because the money was already there.
MMU, shouts out to MMU.
But the money was already there because it wasn't such a hassle, you know.
The dough ilikuwa hapo, so you just went and finished it off.
Yeah. Alafu after that, I believe iliwapatia peace. Me, I'd already told myself that there's no way nitakaa nyuma ya desk na code. Unless I'm coding my own apps, there's no way naenda kuwakia mse as a coder or as a atinaenda kuvuta mawaya za cables and net. Kuna wase wako passionate about that
and it's okay.
Yeah, but me siezi, as in the only way I'm sitting behind a desk lazima niko nafanya kitu creative. Yeah. So project yangu ya kwanza ikaenda hivyo. It's still out there somewhere. The way I was rapping then and the way I'm rapping now is
very different.
Yeah, your time nilikuwa in a space where my music is emotionally driven. What I feel is what I say
at that exact moment.
Yeah.
Nice.
But nika realize there's other aspects to it. Kuna vile unaweza grow through music. Yeah. So nikaanza kutumia ka therapy. But by the time I was doing my second tape, kunaitwa bedroom music. Yeah.
Shouts out to bedroom music.
By the time nilikuwa nafanya bedroom music, nilikuwa na feel. Hiyo time sana nilikuwa atacho at Kenya Ports Authority in Mombasa. Nikiwa sasa chuo. I think kwa attachment pia ilinipatia ile perspective ya siwezi tu do stuff. Siwezi kuwa tu coder. As in nilikuwa naona life za staff wenye wako hapo. Haikuwa interesting. You're always in front of a computer 24/7. You know,
umebit.
Niko na tu, this is not for me.
ROI Toshi.
Doesn't make sense.
That is crazy. There's Angela tuning in anasema it's interesting to hear an artist talk about how school helped them be more smart even in the industry.
Yeah. Watu wajuangi masomo ni key, bro. I don't know why. I hold very heavy sentiments towards that because hata saa hii kwa career yenye niko hakuna siku yupita kasi sijajifunza something new. Like as much as nimetoka job, I have to spend at least an hour just practicing a new skill or looking up something, a new trend of something that is happening. How will you keep track na vile world ina move if you're not learning? You have to teach yourself. Hata ukiwa kwa music, the way I flow now and the way I structure my music is very different because nimelearn. Nimesikia myself over and over and over again. Nika realize kuna places where I just sound my best and I sound unique, and kuna places ambazo na force. So I try to avoid where I'm forcing and just let life be life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's crazy because I feel like we share somewhat of a similar story about school. May did information security and forensics, and I remember nikidua tacho at JKIA. And bro, I had the studio in my mom's house at the time. I'm fresh out of a degree. Nenda kufanya kazi hizo za makompyuta.
I make sense.
Nafika mtata, I can't even open the laptop. I'm so beat.
Yes.
Then unaangalia what you're being paid, bro.
I make sense.
And then I remember I went and saw my supervisor's payslip. This is someone who had a master's in comp science. I was like, this guy is getting paid this money. Sasa na mimi. I was like, I can't do it, man.
Ningumu.
I can't do it.
Ningumu. I remember, I told myself, when I put kila kitu aside, before I close my eyes, what did I do that day that made me happiest? Hiyo ndio kitu nimeshinda nikijiuliza. If listening to music, if crafting, ndio kitu yenye nilifanya nikakuwa happy at that point of time. Hiyo ndio kitu na believe nafaa kuwa na do all the time.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not doing that, then what am I doing essentially? Inakuwa tricky. And that's what I try to express na the second mixtape, bedroom music.
Bedroom music, yeah.
But I think that was the first attempt niliwahi kuwa nayo ya kuimba. And then Elvak kuja akaniambia to be realistic.
Don't be out here saying
usiimbe, work na they do we rap, unaona. Ile time itakam yako kuimba itakaa. Rap.
Yeah.
And then through that ndo saa Matsaronga ilitokea. And then after that, it is so much after that. Like, sijui inaweza sema, ever since I started doing music, the point for me was never to be that person. The point for me was to express myself, and msiakisikiza ngoma zangu, they can actually relate to them, and inaweza elevate mood ama spirit.
Some impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was never about ule ni Tunji.
Yeah, I get you.
Ule mseni mziva. Like, it was not about that.
Nakupata.
So when the song blew up in that way, ilikuja tu as a shock. Like ilikuwa tu one day niko tu kwa hao ni mchill na madhangu, the next day niko kwa mat na najiona kwa mat ina play na hata sikuwa najua hiyo story.
Yeah. That must have been crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Natembea Ronga, kila msee ananijua. And like a week previously, nobody knew who I was.
Ulikuwa tu msee mwingine tu wa Ronga.
Ilikuwa very interesting waters. Very. I think if I'd wanted that fame and whatnot, then maybe I would have handled differently.
Yeah.
Because I'm an ambivert but more introverted than anything. So, na feel all of a sudden everybody was in my space, my personal space, everybody is there, and I don't want them to be there.
Yeah.
Everybody suddenly, anybody has an opinion about who I am, what I wear, my friends.
It was too much.
Ilikuwa too unexpected. And then I had to learn how to manage it in a span of like months. Because industry ya Kenya, after kituka 4 months, if you've not done something, then you're not relevant. And that also pushed us to make decisions ambazo neza sema, they weren't the best for my career at that point of time.
Yeah.
And I can't siezi yekea anybody you know, because either way mtu wa mwisho kusign off on any decision ilikuwa mimi.
It was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me throwing myself and putting myself in that position, I feel like maybe I could have viewed the music from the perspective niko nayo say that space where it's not about me nikitembea sana nijua ama I'm turning heads ama nini. No, it's about you don't know me, you don't have to know anything about me, but when you listen to the message, people actually like you change someone's life. Nilifeel nilikuwa nimedrift to another path when nilikuwa naenda interview Ebru. And then before I went into that interview, kuna dem alikuwa kwa mata akashuka. Akanihug, akaniambia she heard my song, a song that was not even ati popular ama nini. Like it was one of these freestyles ziko nilikuwa nimeka SoundCloud and stuff. Yeah. She heard that song and it changed her life. Like vile alikuwa na feel na space yenye alikuwa alitoka from that position in life. And that I think
crazy.
From your point in time,
that's what it's about really.
I think from your point in time, perspective yangu ili switch ilikuwa na feel niko in the wrong space. But sasa I'd already tested ile aspect here. There's this amount of money that I can make per show. There's privileges that I can access because people know who I am. You know, but vile crash ilikam hiyo ilikuwa nika ndasemaje, I've been high but sijai crash hivyo ndo naweza sema like your stuff ya kuwa out there kuwa public figure na nini when the crash comes, it comes and you can't explain it. Ni mad because there are places you used to go, there's things you used to do that jina lako lilikuwa enough for you to access
to get,
but now you can't. And at that point where you can't is when you really need those things. When things watu sisema watu naweza sema people are people, so people have to move with what they feel works best for them. As any individual being, you have to prioritize yourself, you see. So when I expected of people, you know, and that what I was expecting didn't happen.
It didn't happen as you wanted it to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you start asking yourself, like, when I was going above and beyond for these people, why was I doing it? And those maswali kama hayo ni very tough. Very tough. Yeah. You find yourself in a very dark place, you know.
That is interesting.
Yeah. That most people don't know. Like,
yeah, most people view it from this other side or from
they
the
don't
outside
know.
Looking in.
They don't know.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu ambaye akona more hits than me. Way more. Amedu more shows, akona more exposure.
Yeah.
Na hizi lipa rent. You get.
True. Na
hizi ingia social media ambiwa say, you know aje, nimeshinda kulipa rent.
Ni changieni.
Haezi do hivyo.
Perspective.
Haezi. Unaweza imagine umsi ana call how many favors just to get into. Me, I believe I'm fortunate and I'm really blessed because I have a studio. Like, naweza toka sahi nibonge na hivyo nimwambie niache na feel kurecord na nitaenda ni record. You know.
Yeah.
Mtu amepiga hustle, umesave kama 15k kuingia session. Uingie session hiyo ngoma isi pop. And then that money you could have directed it to something else, but you couldn't because there's this thing. Because mi utaka kuuliza msee, ukishakuwa famous, what are you doing music for? Are you doing music because you actually love doing music? Or are you doing music to maintain the image? And if you're doing music to maintain the image, then I believe your image should be making you money.
True.
You should be having brand partnerships.
Be leveraging it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just about kubamba wasee kwa mtaa. Because either way ukienda home, you have bills to pay.
True.
And I see people struggling with that thing. Like, there's a very good friend of mine, aliniuliza like, what made you stop doing music? Like, nilifanya uka switch. Nilifanya uka ingia design. Kumbe I fell in love with design. And at that point of time, nilikuwa nafanya designs and I was paying my bills. And
it was making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me getting a job through design is, I believe, a very big blessing because discipline nime acquire from you know, when I was doing music ilikuwa naweza amka 11 na ni record mpaka saa 7 usiku. But at the place where I work and the space where I work, sina hiyo liberty ya kufanya hivyo. Niko na specific time, so I have to structure my day in such a way. If I want to be in the studio, then I want to, like, lazima nijue kwa studio hii time na hii time, and I have work to do between this time and this time.
And it has to be productive.
Yes.
Yeah. Na
nikienda job, I can't be in two places. Siwezi kwa kazini na niko kwa mziki. Lazima niko kazini. Ili nifunza discipline nyingine insane. And so me encourage any creative. Ukiona side moja inasumbua, tafuta kitu kingine creative ya kumekdo. Unaona, notice sijasema atienda shule soma nini,
enda kwa ofisi, sare mziki. Tafuta
kitu creative. Wewe kwa creative inamaanisha unaweza creative any space, anything.
Not just ukwe one track minded.
Yeah, because I believe if you're a dope artist, ukienda kitchen na uamue kuwa creative, utakuwa a dope cook. Ukichukua kamera na uamue kuwa creative, utakuwa DOP. No.
Yeah.
Vitu zile uko creative, like your creativity is wholesome. It's not pegged or tied to one thing.
Yeah.
Once I understood, I believe that was one of the hardest things. You need to every sana nilichukua time to understand that vile sisi ma creatives tunaweza make music, inamaanisha pia tunaweza keti chini na tutumie creativity yetu kwa na business ideas creative business ideas, innovative ones, you know, vitu ambavyo vita change perspective ya society na nini. Because as creatives, I believe that is our mandate. To create on every level.
On every level.
You know, that's why creativity iko kwa kila binadamu. It's not just that the artists that we praise, no. It's in everyone. Because wale watu sema wana talent, mimi upenda kuuliza, ukienda job every day, kuna times unashindwa ku beat deadline. So you get creative about how to beat the deadline.
How to beat the deadline.
So inamaanisha
how to convince the boss man to...
You have to be creative. Yeah. Ni watu tu tap into your stuff. That's why we all connect with creatives, because we are all creatives in nature.
Interesting. That is true. We have listeners from across the pond. Sir Keith is saying, yes, sir, young man, tell them the business side of music. Sadly, if it doesn't make dollars, it may not make sense because we all have to eat at the end of the day.
Yes.
And this is something the fans never understand. Ladies and gentlemen, this is What's the Rada. We are with Tunji 254 in the house. Bro, I noticed you don't have an album out.
Yeah.
You just have a bunch of tapes.
Yes.
Is that intentional? Is it strategical? How many life?
Okay, kuna a couple of answers to that. Naweza sema perspective vile mtu mwenye amekuwa kifollow perspective yangu ya music. For me, nadai ku make dough from my other investments and other businesses. Music for me is
just expressive.
Expressive, and it's the language to the soul. So I don't believe I should charge you to listen to me. I believe if you feel like to give me something ama kusaidia na kitu, then wewe utadonate. So my idea is to drop music na nieke buy me a coffee. So if you feel like you want to,
from the goodness of your heart,
wear tuma chochote ambacho tuma, it's not about me telling you I'm selling this at this amount of money. You know, because niko na career ambayo ina scale up na I'm in a very good space. So when I'm looking at money, it's from a very different perspective. I believe music is healing. That's why I find it funny that like ukiangalia hata setup ya most religious institutions, they don't tell you kisikuizi may change, wao kuambia utoe sadaka. Exactly. But kitambo ilikuwa uende utoe what you feel. So I believe if music is a healing, then give it for free. Wacha wase wa feel. Like if I'm to do a show, I won't put a price on tickets. December, this is the number. So mint organize show with my own money and I'll pay everyone who's supposed to be there. So you guys come. Ukikam na unafeel stuff inakubamba, you can buy me a coffee. Mtu ataona value ya hiyo stuff, mzee anaweza kutumia 100k, mzee anaweza kutumia, so at the end of the day imetoka kutoka kwa ndio kutoa t-shirt. So that's why if I do an album, then I'll have to sell it because I have to pay the people involved in that album. So start.
So does that mean we will never get a Tunji album?
Nikiomoka vizuri na nilipe kila mtu ambaye atakuwa kwa hiyo album and they fully own it, it's mine, and then I have enough money for distribution, then album itatoka.
I love that, man. That is a very interesting perspective. I think Nipsey, I've seen Nipsey do that. Nipsey had the Proud to Pay campaign where he would have a mixtape and it's like, you pay what you feel.
Exactly.
Unataka kunilipa.
Na feel hivyo ndio inafaa kuwa. If you want to make a like, if you, for example, this is how I look at it. I do a tape or an album, I sell it at 1,500. Sindio. There's maybe 100,000 fans that I have wenye hawana 1,500. 1,500 ni budget yake ya food for the whole week.
Ushamu kwa hesabu.
So I'm putting this person in this position yenye for yeye kunisikiza kwa sababu ananipenda, lazima atinyime food for 1 week. That doesn't make sense.
It's not realistic.
You know, and maybe there's a song there yenye inaweza mtoa from that particular situation, elevate mindset yake. But lazima change hiyo, doesn't make sense. I'd rather askize, because the more anaisikiza, the buy me a coffee is there. There's one day umse ataamka ako like, hey, I love this song.
Interesting.
Ile kidogo ako nayo, atakusort nayo. So when I understood that, sitaki kufanya music, ndio ni generate revenue, tulikosana na wase wengi sana. Kwa sababu kila mse mwenye wako around me, wako like
let's get this money. Yeah.
Na ndo mimi nikajitoa kutoka hiyo space, nika understand music for what it is for me. And then nikajua fine, so I have to make money either way. So I need a job. So what do I need to do to get a job? I need to teach myself a new skill. Nikajifunza graphic design. Nika get very good at it, nika apply. I got my first job last year in May. That was the first time I ever worked for anyone. Nika quit after a month and a half. I got a very good job after that. Bado in design, a very good one. But pale na work sahi, Kenya walinipatia value proposition ilikuwa ina make sense. So it's less money but way more value for the money. The previous place was way more money. But yeah. So tunangoja tuone vile njia zitafunguka.
That is interesting. Yeah. Does that mean if a certain up and coming rapper is watching this and would like a Tunji verse, ataambiwa bonga na manager?
Si unanitumia tu. I'll only put a verse on something I like. Because like it's pure music vibes.
Yeah.
You know. So I'll only put a verse on something I like. If I don't kasi feel nitakwambia tu like the song is vileiko, but personally for me it's not my space. Yeah. Because I'm not charging anyone for anything.
I feel like you're the only other rapper I've met who's like that as well. Watu zo personally nisije kula pesa ya verse.
Yeah, why? Kitambo nilikuwa nakula, lie. Nilikuwa na management. So
lazima tu watu wadishi.
Alafu unachopia nilikuwa ile point yenyewe. Hii muziki inafaa kunilipa because nimeiaminia yote. Nimesacrifice
zote.
Inafaa tu nilipe. Unaona, but every time nilikuwa naambia msanii nilipe verse, alikuwa na struggle. Like naongea for like 2 months over 5k. I was like, bruh, this doesn't make any sense. But si umse pale yako pia ana go through a lot.
Yana go through it, man. Namsumbua
Nikona there's no need. And that's why nowadays artists wenye na work now, mi upenda we make music tutoe mziki alafu tuone how it will go. Yeah. But ni perspective different. Sasa unaona mimi nikienda kwa record label ati wanataka kunisign itakuwa tricky because if they don't agree to my terms siwezi kubali. Them they want to make money. They want to sell me as a commodity, but I'm not a commodity. I'm a human being. You know, there are days I don't feel like making music, there are days I don't feel like performing. You know, the days I don't see the days I don't feel like being on social media, I don't feel like seeing people. I'm only a human being. So if I cannot be allowed to be human, I make sense.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, me see puppet. No, I'd rather slave in something else, but not music, because I love it too much. You know, for the things that you actually share that deep emotional connection, your serotonin and all that, like you don't want it to stress you in any way. You don't want to pretend for it or be in some space when you are around it, regardless, be it alive or like not alive. You want to be in a space where it's healthy. So, mi nikijiangalia nione, like I have to have an image. I have to like dress and know.
Anyways.
Kuna siku nataka unajua job niko flexible as in a job na Crocs. Na kuna msee ananisumbua. Unaona, because I understand that mimi designer and mimi creative, so they respect me in that way.
And you deliver what needs
exactly.
to be delivered.
Unaona, if I have that strong public image, you know, that you're living in a space where society is dictating for you your life. You have to be in some controversy to be relevant. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Unaona, I'd rather nikweka J-Con mwenye zero controversy, mimi natoa tu muziki,
amnionagi,
life goes on. I've married and nobody even knew about my wedding. You know, mlikuja kusikia sijui a month later ama ka nyash. You know, like I have a life and I charge and I charge a specific amount. Nasikia you charge meter for a show. So ka wezi fika meter as perform, that's what utamuona akiperform. I have a price on what I do and it's cool. You know, as opposed to just taking everything, sacrificing everything, hoping that tomorrow will be better. It will not. Dollar inapanda, say tuko 36. I'm expecting 145 by around June.
Yeah.
So that means cost of living Kenya iko about to double. Mafuta itaendelea ikipanda. Unaona? So you are an artist and you're still taking 30,000 for a show and you get one show a month. Uko na rent ya 12,000, uko na bills, sema uko na baby moms na mtoi. You won't survive.
You won't, man.
You have to look at you have
options.
to think
Yeah.
Fadhali uende ufungue workshop. Mimi niko na best yangu mwenye alikuwa msanii, akaacha akakapoza akaenda akachukua hizi ndudhi za mogo. Okay, siko nafaa kusema. But anyway, akaenda akachukua hizo ndudhi za mogo. Akaanza kulipia pole per week. Akamaliza ya kwanza. Hiyo ndudhi ya kwanza akasave, akabai ndudhi ya pili akaandika msee. Sasa yako na ndudhi 10 na huwa aendeshi ndudhi. And this is in a span of like 3 years. Sasa ndo ana do music. Au mavijana wanamlipa. Unaona?
You have to think outside the box.
Lazima.
Yeah.
Cause hakuna
also muziki endi mahali.
Hatu uzeeke aje. Kuna nilikuwa nacheki video fulani jana. Kuna some two elderly guys maju. I think wako 60 something wote. Wana trap heavy. Like walikuwa wasema walikuwa
wanashika UK.
Why UK? I don't know. Sijasikia.
Wanaitwaje Talks in the Building, wanaitwaje bush out now. Pete and Buzz.
Pia oni wazae but wana
they're like in the 70s.
You see? So inamaanisha as long as kitu unapenda itaitoka.
Interesting. I love that, man.